Hello and welcome to another night, a lovely evening of the Utah Remote Con. Today, I am your MC, Colin from Stolendroids Podcast. As always, we are supporting a charity. We've got the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation that we're raising money and awareness for. So far, we've already had people contribute $665. If you're able to, please help donate and share this out, share the event. We'd love your participation in the comments and to get to know you a little more. So without further ado, we do have our panel, but we also have raffles. So for this panel, we are raffling off a Game of Thrones moleskin and a Twisted Sugar gift card. So all you have to do is go to givebutter.com/Utah Remote Con 2. And we'll put the link in the comments in just a second here for you. And you can be entered to win that. So please join us. We'd love to have you. And here is our first panel tonight, the Stolendroids Podcast.
Woo-hoo.
Hi!
Woo! I'm not going to lie. When Colin said it was a Game of Thrones moleskin, like, just because it was Game of Thrones, I'm picturing like an actual, like, pelt from a mole or something. That I don't know.
Oh, that's not where my head went.
Okay, well, that's good.
Oh, dear.
It's a notebook, for the record. I made the post and everything, so it's a moleskin notebook.
Zach, I don't think you've ever been better looking than you are right now. What is going on? With
I
your
have a child.
Guest. Yeah.
I have a child.
Fatherhood is becoming on me. Everyone, this is Dane. He's our intern. He's terrible at it.
Oh, he's doing great.
He's just eating, having a blast.
I think our views are going to go through the roof just because he's here.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The cuteness
good.
factor? Come on now.
The problem is there's a glowing red button on my mic, and
Yep, there it goes. Yep.
Yep.
and he likes to mute me, so that'll happen every now and then. Oh, here we go again.
Yep. It's so hard. If there's a red button, who doesn't want to push
The
it?
struggle.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I just love it. It's so good.
Okay.
Could you guys tell I was swearing a bunch while I was muted?
Yes, actually.
It looked like you were. But I just assume when you're muted that you're swearing, Zach. That's just kind
That's
of
correct.
So.
Oh my
It all
goodness.
falls in.
You all done, bud? You want to go over and around? All right, we'll have fun.
Go crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Wish somebody would every once in a while after I finish a meal be like, "You all done, bud? Go ahead and go run around."
Go have fun. Go burn
Be
it all.
free.
Said my boss is like, "Okay, good. Go back to work."
Oh.
Oh, sadness.
Well, it's all right. I like my job. It's not like it's an awful job. It's not like I'm going back to work in the mines or anything like that. But we're not here to talk about jobs that we may or may not have.
No, it's not.
We're here to talk about Nathan Fillion tonight. That is the topic of this special live episode of Stolendroids Podcast as part of Utah Remote Con. It's cool. We're kicking off week number 2 for the convention. It's almost like we were in charge of the convention and could pick the time when we would go live. Weird.
So weird.
That's so weird.
We got the early one. Yes, that means we're done earlier tonight. Haha.
And
Suckers!
Let us in podcast.
no, but everybody should stick around for Let Us In podcast. That is
Oh, yeah,
going
they're
to
great.
be
Like,
the next.
Let
They're
Us
amusing
Late podcast.
Yeah. But it should be really cool because if I understand correctly, they're playing a new system called Arium.
No.
No.
Atrium.
Areola.
Well, they will
No.
be, but for tonight, they're bringing back from season 1 the system
The
called
Mouse
Mouse
Guard.
Guard. They're doing like a
Oh,
5
that's
years later kind of thing.
Yeah. So you get for those that love those characters from their Mouse Guard campaign, like
So
this is your
cute.
chance to see and hear from them one more time. So that'll be awesome.
They
What a great
do
opportunity.
have in this panel though the actual writer of the Arium
Yes.
book that They're going to be doing this next season though, which is awesome.
Very cool.
That's way cool. Will Munn is his name.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we tried to get Nathan Fillion on for this panel.
He was booked.
Well,
solid.
Yeah, that might be on us because we decided on the topic just a few days ago. So,
few days ago.
Did we
decide on this yesterday?
A few days ago, yesterday.
I was trying to be gracious.
Don't worry about him, man.
But yeah, so why are we talking about Nathan Fillion?
Because
I was wondering the same thing.
He's like king of the nerds. I'm sorry, Jake. I know you are technically.
No.
You were crowned that, but
no, he's not the king of the nerds. He's the king of the geeks.
Oh, sorry, king of the geeks.
I will always say that I think Stephen Colbert is king of the nerds.
But Nathan Fillion, I was looking up some of his roles that he's played, and even voice acting and everything. He has really he has quite the variety, and he hits everything. So I just feel like he's king of the nerds, and he might not be I think he is now, but even let's say 10 years ago, he probably wasn't that big. But in the geek community and pop culture community, he's very well known and very well loved.
Yeah.
I think one of his first roles was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and he was so hated in that role. And so it was interesting to see him go from that to being Malcolm Reynolds in Firefly, and instantly within geekdom, the perception of it's changed. People hated him, and now I can't get enough of him.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and it's just Firefly. That's that sci-fi show, right? That not a lot of people like it, from what I understand. Doesn't have a big following. Just kidding, Marley. Whoa!
I know.
Oh my gosh.
I got to tell you guys, actually, I don't love Firefly, and that's mostly because of Firefly fans.
Whoa.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Brown Coats ruined it for me.
So did you watch it later on then? Did you not, did you know Brown Coats before you saw the show, or what came first?
No, I found the show. I found the show first. I watched it as part of a class in college. I had a class called Television as Literature, and one of our textbooks was the first and only season of Firefly. So we would watch it and write essays, and we got really into it, and I really appreciated it. And then I started meeting people who loved the show, and then I started hating the show. But that has nothing to do with Nathan Fillion. I think Nathan Fillion is great, and he was awesome in Firefly.
Yeah, he was.
See, Reynolds
is a great character. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why I put my little name here as Mal. That's not my real name, by the way.
What?
But at the same time,
you have to rewrite your birthday card.
Yeah, just put a little little R on there and just turn the L into an R. But I first found Nathan Fillion in Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog. That's where my first exposure was to him, which is your name, you over there.
Correct.
Yeah, Captain Hammer. And that show also has a huge cult following, and it's kind of crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
And some of those people can also kind of ruin it at times as well. But I feel like I watched it when it had first come out, and I just loved it. And plus I love Neil Patrick Harris, and it was just a lot of fun. But I was actually resistant to Firefly for a really long time. I just thought it was cowboys in space. That sounds so stupid.
That's exactly what it is. It's just cowboys in space.
But then I had a couple of friends in college they tricked me. They told me we were going to be watching something else, and we all sat down on it.
Princess and the Frog.
I honestly don't even remember.
In it. Is that how they get you?
No, I honestly don't even remember what they told me we were going to watch, but we all sat down on a couch, and they put me in the middle and then put the laptop on my lap. So I was locked in. I could not move. And then all of a sudden they press play on Firefly, and I'm like, what are you guys doing to me? And I think actually I want to say they like played like I think maybe the second episode. I don't even think I watched the first episode, or maybe they were aired out of order, or it was really it's really kind of weird. Out of order. Okay, maybe that's what it was, but I just remember like, why are you guys making me watch the second episode of this? But then I ended up actually really liking it, so it turned out fine. And it was also because I knew Nathan Fillion from Dr. Horribles. I was like, okay, I'll give I actually kind of like him as this role as Malcolm Reynolds, so I'm going to give this show a shot. And it was mostly because of him. Yeah.
What is oh, please, I insist. Go, Colin.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Before we go too far, I just want to recognize Reynaldo here, because I've seen him comment on a few of Movies That Make Us episodes and here on Stolen Droids. Welcome, Reynaldo. We're glad to have you on board. Thanks for being a fan.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Are you a listener 2 months, but a big fan? Thank you.
We're a big fan of you too.
Thanks, man.
We do. Joshua Tree is one of my favorite albums. Colin said we're a big fan of you too, Joshua Tree.
I get you.
How do I leave this? I'm trying to figure out how do I.
All I know is that I click on the chat button, and all of a sudden all I see from Jason Black is that's poop without any other comment.
That could be any point in this conversation. He could have put that in there, and I don't know.
Not sure.
I don't know. Oh, he said before that's how I used to feel about Psych. I wonder if he's talking about the fans of Psych, or fans like the fans ruining the show. Maybe. That's probably what he was meaning.
I love Psych. I just finished binging that again, and it's fantastic. And they just announced that they're coming out with a third movie.
Mm-hmm.
I did hear about that.
Yeah.
I wonder if Nathan Fillion will be a guest star.
Ooh.
Did he ever show up in Psych?
It wouldn't surprise me.
I don't think so. I looked.
That surprises me.
No,
that surprises me.
There.
He cameos in a
like
lot
something he would be in.
He does. Like,
I mean, he was in Community.
He was in Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. 9-9. And he was supposedly playing Wonder Man or something like that in the first Iron Man movie, or there were rumors about that, and now he is going to be voicing Iron Man.
Wonder Man
in the new MODOK animated series on Hulu, which
that's right,
looks bonkers. If you guys
that comes out this weekend, right? It premieres this weekend, doesn't it?
Yeah,
very cool. It's very interesting to see Nathan Fillion playing Wonder Man, because for a long time, he showed up as a poster in the background of a movie, and so that's where people are like, "Oh, he's gonna be Wonder Man," and it never happened. And now he's voicing the character. It's very Nicolas Cage Superman to me, where Nick Cage they made a Superman movie that never came out with Nicolas Cage, and then he voiced Superman in Teen Titans Go to the movies.
Yep. Yeah.
So voice acting is the way for them to have their cake and eat it too.
Yeah. And I think it's a cool throw out to the fans.
Yeah. So
Colin's going to make a really good point, though. Take us down a path here.
No, I don't know about path.
Well, let's just hear what you have to say,
I'm just asking a question. I have no clue what Marvel's MODOK is. Like, I have never heard of it until you sent me the trailer of it, Jake.
Didn't you play you played the Avengers video game, right?
Part of it,
Obviously not.
He was that character was like the big baddie.
I haven't played that
in the story campaign. He has the giant head, and he
he's only a giant head.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's in the Avengers video game. But anyways, anyone else care to? I don't remember what MODOK stands for. Do you guys remember?
Mental organism designed only for killing.
Yep,
that's what it is.
Unless you watch a very special episode of Superhero Squad, a kids show, then he was the mental organism designed only for kissing. And
that's what
who would want to kiss a big head like that?
MODOK was I mean he's kind of become an Avengers villain, but he was primarily a X-Men villain in the comimes.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you know what? If you watch the Phineas and Ferb Marvel crossover, MODOK is in it.
Yeah, he's
one of the 4 villains.
He's one of the most ridiculous villains ever, and so the way that they're approaching it with this kind of sitcom robot chicken looking animated series is really a great way to do it.
But is it a kid series or is it an adult show?
TVMA.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay,
I haven't seen a trailer for Marvel's MODOK.
If you
look it
if
up.
you click on the trailer for Hulu
after this,
it'll tell you it's rated TVMA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, coming back to Mr. Fillion, our favorite Canadian, third favorite Canadian.
Who are the first two?
Ryan Reynolds
and Justin Bieber. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I was going to say Seth Rogen. That was the first one that came to my mind.
Wow. Well, I had him ranked. I had him ranked.
Stephen Amell's Canadian, right?
I had him ranked number 4 behind the Holy Trinity of Canadians, Alex, Getty, and Neil. So.
Okay,
that's for Casey if he's listening.
Jason, not Beans.
I have a question. I have a question for all of you. I think roundtable real quick. What is your favorite Nathan Fillion character and why? And I'm talking voice or on screen. So who's your favorite Nathan Fillion character and why?
I'll go first. It's what I mentioned already, Captain Hammer in Dr. Horrible Sing-Along blog. I think he is hysterical, and he's like perfect for that role because Nathan Fillion, I mean, he's a very handsome man, and he just kind of has that like air about him. He's like,
boyfriend is listening right now.
He agrees. Jason he likes Captain Hammer.
It's fine.
See? He's like, yeah, Captain Hammer.
Jason also thinks, listen, he's on both their lists.
Nathan Fillion's on their list. Yeah, I was just about to say.
I probably should have put Celine Dion on the list. Sorry.
But anyways, no, Captain Hammer, he's a very arrogant character. And I feel like he plays that so well. And he can sing pretty decently, because that is obviously a musical. And I just love that. It's such a weird show, and it's actually it doesn't end very happy or anything, but it's just still a fun show. And plus Neil Patrick Harris is, I think those two are a really great on-screen duo. And because they've been in, I swear they were in something else together, weren't they? Or am I making that up?
So
no.
I know that
a meme
Neil Patrick Harris, I think, played a doctor on Castle or The Rookie or something, and they made a lot of references back and forth to Dr. Horrible and Doogie Howser and everything else. So
yes, okay, that's what that's from, and I love that. I think it's hysterical. So yeah, Captain Hammer is my favorite.
There was also that one episode of Castle where he dressed up as a space cowboy for Halloween.
Yeah.
Jason agrees with me. He is a handsome devil.
All right.
You ever have a comment that you want to make and you just hold your mouth shut and you don't make it?
Literally never. I always make the comments.
I shouldn't have come to you for sympathy on that, Zach.
I'm always I'm ready.
Out there. All right.
I'm like, Dane, hit the mute button. Here we go.
Colin was going to give us a really good answer, though.
Yeah, a real good answer. Mine's kind of broken into two. First being Destiny 2, Cade 6.
Oh, you took mine, you son of a gun.
Oh, good.
He's so good as Cade 6.
He just makes the game so much better. Going through missions with him, all of his mission arcs that you go through with him, he's always the one that's just cracking these jokes and doing these completely stupid things as you're going through these missions, and it's absolutely hilarious. And then currently,
and still you won't join the Hunters Guild. You want to be a warlock.
I tried to do a hunter once and I just didn't like it.
Hunters are the best. Hunters are the best.
I would prefer to go Titan over Hunter if I've
never seen you play Titan in my life.
I have a maxed Titan.
You do? Dude, let's get online. Let's play right now. Are you doing anything?
I've never seen you play.
Hi, guys.
No, not at all.
Oh, hey.
Me and Jake can take over. It's fine.
No, it's all right. I'm looking stuff up so they can keep going.
Yeah, let me just grab my PS5 controller here. We'll just switch it to a Twitch stream. It's fine.
Oh, my goodness.
My kid disappeared. Hold on. Keep talking. I'm listening.
Okay. Well, I have can I share a fun fact about Nathan Fillion, or are you ready to answer, Jake?
I wasn't done ready with my answer, yeah. But
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Colin.
It's okay. I'll let you talk if you want to talk. It's fine.
Well, it's just a really quick fun fact.
Yeah, go for it.
Once upon a time at Salt Lake Comic-Con. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I say that still, or is it FanX?
Yeah, we're gonna have to bleep that out.
Okay, but back then when it happened, it was that. Actually, no, it was FanX. It was the fan experience. Anyways, long story short, I got a photo with Nathan Fillion, and it was awesome. And it was fun because I was with a group of friends. We split the cost, and I was actually dressed up I was cosplaying as Loki, and my friend was cosplaying as Thor, and she had her Mjolnir hammer, and we had him hold the hammer, and he held it out, and it was just it was a really cool picture.
Of course, he's worthy.
Yeah, and Captain Hammer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
Captain Hammer's here, hair flowing in the breeze.
That's great.
The day needs my saving expertise. Okay, finish, Colin.
Oh my gosh.
Colin's favorite is
the second one is
wait, you're doing two favorites?
I couldn't.
All right, go ahead. Finish
between the two.
Just go.
I don't know why you can't just get through this.
I prefaced this when I started.
We are all just respectfully sitting here listening, waiting for you to finish this, Colin. It's taking forever.
You guys, I freaking swear. All right. The Rookie. The Rookie is my show right now. I freaking love the heck out of that show because we get to see the most genuine sides out of John Nolan, his character in there, and his journey on going from this 40-year-old construction worker to all of a sudden jumping in and wanting to become a police officer, and we get to see kind of his growth through that rookie program. His constant questioning of, is this really right in the law? And even on one of the most recent episodes, going in and, coming across these big issues that usually no one would even blink at. And he's like, well, let's talk about this and let's figure out a way around this. And I just love those kind of shows with him.
Robert Neal's got your back, Colin. He's just building the suspense for us.
Me and Robert are Facebook friends now. We're good. We're tight.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal, man. We've Robert, really progressed in our relationship.
I hope that was
together.
worth the bill to find out that it was the Rookie from The Rookie. My favorite Nathan Fillion character is from the DC animated universe. He plays Green Lantern in quite a few of the films. And I think he is one of the best Green Lanterns ever. I mean, he just does a great job as Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan is someone who's got to have that ego because he's got to be super confident in himself. That's who Hal Jordan is, the man without. Nope, that's Daredevil. But he also doesn't have fear like Daredevil, because Daredevil's the man without fear. But Hal Jordan doesn't have fear. He's got supreme confidence in himself and what he's doing, and that's how he wills the power of the ring. But he's also got a lot of heart, and he's a good guy. And Nathan Fillion, I think, portrays that really well. He's in one of my favorite DC animated movies, The Death and Return of Superman, which is a fantastic film. So
awesome.
Nice.
Well,
I need to watch his Green Lantern stuff because I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, it's good. It's good. John Stewart is a better Green Lantern than Hal Jordan.
What about Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds is also
Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds played Hal Jordan.
I'm sorry.
We don't talk about it. So
what movie are you talking about?
I love Jon Stewart's
I don't
character.
know. I've never even seen a Green Lantern anything, so I don't know.
I love Jon Stewart character, Robert. I think the only reason I would put Hal Jordan above it is because I like the flaws that Hal Jordan has in his personality over Jon Stewart. But Jon Stewart's awesome. Anyway, Green Lanterns are awesome. If you guys don't know Green Lantern lore, like, you got to check it out. It's amazing.
So I want to share real quick, one of my more recent favorite Nathan Fillion appearances was actually on a podcast. Have you guys ever heard of Dark Air with Terry Carnation? Have you guys heard about that podcast? No. It's fairly new, but it's Rainn Wilson. And he has this, he created this just hysterical character named Terry Carnation. And he was on like a different that character was on a different podcast called Radio Rental. And they just kind of share like weird kind of spooky stories. And then he went on and created his own podcast, Rainn Wilson, and did Dark Air. And so he plays this radio host who like takes in callers who like have like supernatural problems and things. It's really funny. And so he decides to go to a convention, a geek convention, and like be a guest, and Nathan Fillion ends up being next to him, like at the autograph table. And then Nathan Fillion, like, cause he's like, he says that like, I am Nathan Fillion. And then he like confesses to Terry Carnation that he's actually an alien symbiote who took over his Nathan Fillion's body. And it's just like, so funny. I highly recommend this podcast. Yeah. Jason agrees with me. I mean, cause we both are listening to it, but Dark Air with Terry Carnation, it's so funny. And then just to have like someone else that you are familiar with, like show up like that, it's just so funny. Like, I feel like he can really take on like comedic roles as well. Like, he's just an all around, like he just has a really good balance, I feel like. And even with like the voice acting, you know, we've talked a lot about different roles he's had there. So just continuing with that, like, I think he has a very recognizable voice too. Don't you guys think?
Oh, super.
Very much. Immediately I hear Nathan Fillion and I'm like, that's Nathan Fillion.
You're like, Nathan Fillion.
He's in a book. You guys know Max Brooks wrote World War Z.
Right.
And it's a fully cast audiobook on Audible. It's amazing. And I believe Nathan Fillion's in that. But Max Brooks just put out another book called Devolution, and it's about Sasquatches, basically. And it's kind of the same thing where it's real stories, kind of like the found footage of books. And Nathan Fillion plays a character in it, and it is very good. He does a really good job of just like conveying this gravitas. It's very cool.
I like it.
So if you like listening to Nathan Fillion and Judy Greer, she's in it as well and it's great.
Oh,
those are really
nice.
good. I think Nathan Fillion is this anomaly in geek culture. At least 5 years ago, I haven't seen it so much now, but it seemed like every time there was a new geek movie, whether it was a superhero or video game movie or whatever, everyone wanted Nathan Fillion to play the lead, especially with like Uncharted, right?
Uncharted.
But it was everything, like Green Lantern there. Oh, Nathan Fillion. Uncharted. Oh, Nathan Fillion. Spider-Man. Oh, Nathan Fillion. You guys just laughing at the kid.
Yeah, well, is he okay?
I mean, I think he's getting up.
He's getting back up. He's
jumping
fine.
on the beanbag.
Oh, there's a beanbag. Okay.
Yeah, it's his stunt bag. That's his stunt bag.
Okay.
He's got moves. I will say that. Dane is talented back there.
Oh, did he somersault? Did he somersault at all, or did he just jump?
That was more of a face plant than a somersault.
Better than that. He wants me to fluff the bag up for him. He wants me to fluff up the bag.
Well, and I think one of the best parts.
Big love sack.
Oh yeah, thing's massive.
I don't like the way Colin just said "oh yeah" there first.
Come on. Oh yeah. Come on, seriously.
Vaccine, bigger.
All right.
Oh.
Good night, everybody.
Oh my gosh. But no, I think one of the best parts that comes with Nathan Fillion as well is Alan Tudyk.
Oh, yes.
He's pretty much in most of the things that Nathan Fillion is in, at least for like an episode if it's in a series.
Didn't they
like a lot of the movies, Con Man,
yeah, I was gonna say
they were in Con Man together. And I know Nathan Fillion was recently on the
Resident Alien.
Oh, I need to watch that still. That's on my list.
Yeah.
Didn't they do Firefly together?
Did they?
I'm glad nobody knows. Oh, they were both in weren't they both in Halo ODST?
Yeah, they were in ODST.
Sure.
I think they were both in ODST. They were both characters in Halo.
And yes, Alan was in Firefly. He was.
We know, Colin. We know. Everybody knows that he was Wash.
No, Colin, please keep going. Come on,
tell us who he was. Tell us.
I put it over the plate.
Nope, it's fine.
Ahead.
It's fine.
Finish it.
I haven't seen Firefly in forever. Okay,
he
guys.
was also in Serenity, the movie.
Never heard of it.
Actually, I did not like the movie. I'll be honest. I watched the series. I watched the series, then the movie, and I didn't like it. But I know people who've seen movie then series and love both of them. If that makes sense. Like it just wasn't the same. Like I think it's cool that they did a movie, I guess, but it just wasn't the same.
Yeah. It was the studio's way of letting Joss finish what he started, which they probably shouldn't have done.
No, they should have just let it be.
I have a fun seeing Nathan Fillion in the wild story.
Ooh, let's hear it.
I ran into him opening day of Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland.
Wow.
Oh, that's tight.
Mm-hmm.
Was he just there to like visit, like just for funsies, or was he there as part of something?
I'm sure he was.
He was just there. He was just there to enjoy it. I know Disney does that a lot. They'll invite celebrities to like preview events or whatever like that for some of their bigger attractions because they know that celebrities want to get in on that, and they also know celebrities don't want to be swarmed a lot. So he had a VIP tour guide with him who basically anytime somebody walked over, the VIP tour guide would just like step in and give him this look like
back away.
I was just kind of sitting down eating and he was sitting down at another table and we looked up like at the same time and made eye contact, and there's this look that celebrities give when you see them in the wild, which is this person has recognized me.
Yeah.
I can't hide from this person. This person knows who I am. So basically, I'm just like face full of churro. I'm like, and he was cool. He just like waved back and kind of went back to what he was doing. But that's the only, that's my Nathan Fillion wild story.
I feel like he's definitely one of those actors who's really like good with fans. Like he's appreciative. He's not a jerk. He's not going to just ignore you. Like he, of course he's probably wants to still keep his distance and stuff just because he doesn't want people swarming him or anything.
Yeah.
But like, I remember again, when he was at FanX, not only did I get a photo with him, but I also went to his spotlight panel, and I just loved hearing his stories, especially about fan interactions, because he just like told them so well. Did you guys go to that when he came? Like, I want to say it was 2014. It was a while ago.
Yeah, it was.
Colin, were you and I doing Idiot Box at that point?
I think so.
Okay, so were you there when we tried to get an interview and we just kind of stood there and we didn't get it, but were you there when the girls yelled, "We love you"?
Maybe I wasn't there.
Well, okay. Well, we were just standing by, and some girls walked past his booth while he's signing some stuff, and they're like, "Nathan Fillion, we love you!" Without missing a beat, he's still signing for someone. He yells, "You have excellent taste."
That's awesome. And I think,
he's just so great to hear from.
I think that's part of the reason why he has such clout with the geek culture is it's not just the roles that he plays, which are awesome, and he's willing to be part of so many different projects and has so much respect for the projects that he's part of, but he also does a great job with the fans and the fan interactions, and they are so memorable, and people have those kinds of stories where he'll, shout out, "You have excellent taste," and things like that. Like, he just interacts well with the fans, and he's willing to come to conventions. He's willing to make appearances. I mean, at the time he came to FanX, it wasn't a huge show. I mean, it was still kind of starting out, and he came, and it's not like this is the twilight of his career either. And he's making these appearances and being there for fans in places that he hasn't been before and things like that. And that's really cool. I think that's an awesome thing. I think that's part of why people like him so much.
For sure.
I'm so excited to see him in the Suicide Squad.
Yes, I wanted someone to bring that up.
He's gonna die, but still very excited.
I had to look up who his character was because I wasn't really familiar. TDK.
Well, TDK, I mean, in the comics,
I don't really know him in the comics
as Arm Pop Off Man.
Yeah. So
he pops his arms off and beats people with them.
Yeah, TDK stands for the Detachable Kid.
That's right. Yeah.
I looked that up. I thought that was hysterical, but
and it's so hard with some of these characters in Suicide Squad because they are so random that it's hard to like. Who's this guy again? Like Polka Dot Man? Like
James Gunn brought in several characters just to die.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And John Cena, who's not going to die.
We don't know that, man.
I guess we don't. That's true.
I know Peacemaker's getting a series, but that could be a prequel series. We don't know.
Well, because at this point they're just doing one-offs, right? They're not doing like full series, right?
Well, but he's getting like a
show on HBO Max.
Yeah, like a television series. I don't know what to call them now that they're on a streaming series. We'll call it a streaming series.
It's still a TV series.
You can call them a TV series. That's fine. You watch it on TV.
All right.
Just because it's not over broadcast, it's still TV.
Watch it on this.
They should probably have an award show called The Streamies.
Oh,
Well, we are going to have a streaming wars on Wednesday.
We are.
For one of our panels.
Yeah, and I do want to point out, Reynaldo mentioned that he loves the DC animated universe. You are in luck because Friday we're going to have a panel about the DC animated universe. So you're going to want to come and check that out.
Yes.
But universe in a loose term of the phrase, or loose, whatever.
So I also love when Nathan Fillion pops up in like the most unexpected places.
Like the women's bathroom.
Maybe
that does surprise people.
Maybe Colin is the only one here who's seen it, but if not, you should probably. The type of show I feel like Colin has seen it. If not, you should watch it. Have you seen Desperate Housewives, Colin?
Wait.
No. It's an older, a little bit older.
That's a weird question.
Yes. No. I watched the first.
I watched the first right person in this crowd who would have seen that.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
I watched the first 2 or 3 seasons because that was the weird one where like people would randomly go disappearing too, right?
Not really. I mean,
no.
There were some a couple people like died and then like they had to like cover it up because they're trying to pass themselves as just normal housewives. No, that series is actually really good, but I love when Nathan Fillion shows up in it. He plays like a doctor or something. And it's a drama TV series, it's not like a geek series like Firefly or but he just kind of shows up in this totally unexpected. So I think it's kind of fun. When he all of a sudden just like shows up, you're like, hey, I know that guy.
I loved his appearance in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh,
because everybody was trying to figure out who he was going to be in the movie, and it was like he's going to be Howard the Duck. He's going to be, and when it ended up being the dog, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Wait, the dog?
He wasn't the dog.
He's not the dog. He's the big blue prisoner who Groot sticks his fingers up his nose.
Wasn't he the dog? No,
the dog was just the dog, and he had no lines. How would he be the dog?
Let me get my card out.
How would he? No, how would he be Cosmo?
Pick it up. Listen, that's what I'm sorry, I was wrong. But everybody thought he was going to be the dog, and then he wasn't the dog. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, then he was just the blue guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue guy. What's it? I don't know if his character had a name even. Because he and James Gunn go way back to Slither, right? Oh, they've Monstrous inmate is what he is credited as on IMDb.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Well, you can't even tell because he's wearing I don't know how much of it. I'm
I
sure
don't think he's even in it. I think he's just a voice.
Do you think, or is that all prosthetics, or is that CGI?
I'm looking at it on IMDb. It says monstrous inmate in parentheses voice.
Oh, so maybe that was a CGI character then, because it obviously doesn't look like him.
Right. As much as Bradley Cooper. As much as Bradley Cooper and Vin Diesel play Rocket and Groot, respectively.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But I wonder if they did any motion capture, though, with Nathan Fillion's.
It is possible.
I wonder how we could look that up. Internet.
I don't know. I'm just really glad this was live so I could make that mistake, in a way that we couldn't edit it later. So
it's all good, Jake. We forgive you.
Because we consistently edit out our mistakes when it's not.
Oh yeah, that's
live.
a good point
Absolutely.
too. Yeah,
all the time.
Because we always have. Is everybody looking back here? My kid is just
I haven't stopped
laying on my
looking.
dog.
He's more entertaining than us. So
this is
Whoa.
the best night of his life. He's having so much fun right now.
Well,
I don't know about the best night of his life. I'm hoping he's having more fun.
What's up, bud? Do you want to say hi to everyone?
It's free time. Oh yeah,
Sean Gunn did. Yep, that is correct. Sean Gunn was Rocket on set. I think Bradley Cooper did the voice, and I think they took some of his facial expressions.
Yeah.
Okay.
They probably did something similar with Nathan Fillion then.
Definitely.
Monsters inmate. Well, and the thing is, I remember watching Guardians of the Galaxy for the first time, and everyone kind of knew that Nathan Fillion was going to have a cameo, and I kept looking for him, and I didn't find him. I had to look it up afterwards because he uses a different voice too when he plays the inmate.
Definitely,
it's a little bit different than obviously his normal voice, but you could just watch that movie and have no idea that Nathan Fillion did a voice in it.
Just to let you guys know, the last thing he tweeted was his the last thing he tweeted was go to my Instagram because he put a photo saying that the rookie is back.
I need to watch that. Do you think that's a show I'd like, Colin?
Oh, 100%. You'd love it.
I feel like you and I have very similar taste in TV shows.
Colin,
I think you would absolutely love it.
Colin and most women he knows have similar taste in television and movies.
I know.
It's true.
We should talk about Grey's Anatomy.
I'm a big fan of the chick flicks, man. All right.
They're so good.
They are so good. And yes, Grey's Anatomy is a show.
He's coming back with a season.
It's a show?
I watched.
18 seasons. It's
18
nuts.
and then they're done.
It's nuts.
Well,
Anyways.
It's time. The show's overdue for an ending, in my opinion.
You guys
it definitely.
You guys want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
I would love to.
March 27th of this year, Nathan Fillion turned the big 5-0.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
50?
he's 50? Dang.
Man.
It's amazing how
Dude's
being a
still
celebrity can make you look good.
Yeah. He's 50, so
That's true.
that's only a decade older than I am. So that's really not that old to me, I guess.
Isn't that so ancient? I didn't even
look at
Jake, you are so old.
Now listen,
Where's Zonner
let's
when
not
we
make
need
any
him?
walking jokes right now. All right, Zach?
You sure?
Walking is a sore subject for me lately. All right.
So,
what about running? Can we talk about running? What about jump roping?
Yes, obviously that's fine.
Run,
So
Forrest,
I want
run.
to mention one other role that I actually really liked Nathan Fillion in. Back I'm bringing us back.
Is it rain or shine?
Did you guys watch Series of Unfortunate Events on Netflix?
Yes.
I wonder if
Or
that's
read the
funny.
books? Or read the books, I guess. Because they did such a good job of going from book to TV series when they made that. We don't even talk about the movie. I mean, yes, Jim Carrey was hilarious in the movie, but the TV series is definitely like super on point. And then they bring in the character of Jacques Snicket. And like, I feel like he didn't have like a super significant role in the books, but they kind of made him a little bit more so because they used Nathan Fillion in the TV series. And so it was kind of fun to like actually.
There you go. There's like our other Nathan Fillion, Neil Patrick Harris show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Duh. I forgot. Of course NPH is in that. He's like, he's
playing that. Just kidding.
He plays all of the
Count
orphans.
Olaf.
Oh, yeah. He plays all of the orphans.
Oh my goodness!
Their kids, yeah.
I want to rewatch that show. That was a good one. But yeah, again, like that was another one of those that was just super fun to have Nathan Fillion show up in.
Hey Robert, you've had our back so many times tonight that I had to.
Yeah.
I'm here
Robert,
for you, man.
You're 50 years young. It's fine.
Dude, I'm saying Nathan Fillion. It's cool to see where people are age-wise, and then also look at where their careers really took off. Like, he didn't really get his leading role until he was north of 30.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to like look at that and be like, there's time. Anyone's age can be. Doesn't matter what age you are, you can be in your prime.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep. But
we love Nathan Fillion.
We do love Nathan Fillion.
He's great.
We've enjoyed you guys being here. Hopefully you've had an opportunity to go to givebutter.com/UtahRemoteCon2 and donate to JDRF. As a parent of someone with type 1 diabetes, I can't tell you how much this organization means to us. The information that they sent us, the amount of support that they've been able to provide for us through emails and through other things has been huge as we've had to adapt to a whole new lifestyle for our little one, our type 1 warrior is what we call them. And they help so much with that. And they help so many other families. So please donate if you can. Buy raffle tickets. Do whatever you can. It is a very good cause. All of the money goes straight to them. So thank you for those who have donated, and if you can, do it. And I think Colin's going to announce some winners for us or something.
I'm sorry, Jake. I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at the child. He was being really cute. Fine. Yeah. I promise I was not chuckling at you.
Oh, your kid got diabetes. That's funny.
Sorry.
I didn't even take it that way. So
okay, good. I promise I was listening as well.
All right, guys. If I can get a drum roll, please. The winner of the Game of Thrones Moleskin and Twisted Sugar
Moleskin, that's a journal. It's a journal.
Is Steve Condrick. Congratulations,
Hey, Steve.
Oh, my goodness.
Way to go.
Way to go, Steve.
Way to go, Steve.
We're proud of you.
You feel so proud.
He's going to get so many prizes. He's already won a couple. Good job.
He's got a couple good things.
Way to donate. Because that's how you get raffle tickets.
It is. So donate. Make sure to stay on for our next live podcast, The Let Us In, where they are going to do a 5 years in the future of their first season recap of The Mouse Guard. Super excited for that. So please come join us for that. And we will talk to you guys next month when we start podcasting again.
Hooray!
It'll be great.
Yay. Jazz
Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.